Welcome, all traders, to their daily look ahead. This is where we take a look at gold, the dollar, and the mini NASDAQ to find out what types of trades we can take the following day. But before we dive into the charts, make sure to like and subscribe so that more people can enjoy this content. Hello, traders. This is the trading outlook for February 27th, 2025. Let's go ahead and get started. The first thing we want to look at here is we want to take a look at gold. So last night we talked about how gold was going to come down again, lift up, and that it did, but it did not continue, did not break this channel. And so therefore we're back down at this low again. Now, what happens here? It's looking more and more like gold is about ready to break. And if it breaks, like we talked about before, it's going to go down to this green zone. So we could see gold now head down to somewhere in the neighborhood of 2868 to 2858. Okay, so this is what we need to see, and we're going to go down to the 15-minute here to confirm this. Okay, so gold still has not broken yet. Okay. So it looks like it might break, but it still has not broken yet. So this is what we need to see. We need to see gold do something like this to confirm the break. So say we go up again right here, and then we come down, maybe up, and then that is a break to retest, and we get short there, okay? That is the downside move. The upside move, so upside move is going to be a little tougher because the way this is set up, but I really do believe that we're going to head to the downside. So this is now the new channel that we're going to have to keep in mind. We're going to go ahead and erase this one here. So this is the more immediate channel, and this is the higher channel right here. Okay, you can always test a long here and use this as your stop down here. Or the way I like to do it when we're at a bottom like this, we're having a hard time here to make a decision. I like to get a breakout and a retest and then take my trade, okay? So we would have to have a breakout above this, maybe above this, come back and retest this, and then take our trade right there, okay? But the way things are, I think gold has a pretty good chance of breaking to the downside. Now we may raise up here one more time, something like that, before we do the break. So be aware of that. This is a very difficult area. So if you look at this area right here, this is going to be a difficult area to trade right in this zone. Okay, that zone right there is going to be difficult because it's going to be ranging. It's not giving us a decision yet. We need to have a breakout to one side or the other, have that pullback, and then take the trade from there. And that gives us more of a clear response to a move that's being formed. So here we have dollar. Now, dollar came down on this side, so it did do a pullback, but now it has broken out. Okay, so looking at this breakout, where does dollar go? Well, we talked about that last night. So we're going to erase the downside move because right now we're moving sideways, but we've broken out of this downtrend channel. So let's look at the sideways move first. So we're aware of that. So this is the sideways move. And that's up, down, okay? So what we have to do, we're going to move this over here now, okay? What we have to do is we have to break this level, all right? We have to break that level. So what could happen? Well, we could come up to there, and then we could pull all the way back down to here, and then come up, break, and hit this target, which we've been looking at, 106.97, okay? So how do we trade this? Well, the place to put in your risk for a trade is going to be right in here. And the second place to put in your risk for a trade will be right in here if it pulls back, okay, to that point. Now, what's the other alternative that the dollar can do here? The next alternative is it could break out up to here, pull back, retest, and break out up to here. That would be our trade right here. Okay. So that pullback and push out would be the trade. And that's what we'd be looking for. So we did get the short. We were profitable on the short. It turned around at that point and it broke out to the top side. So we expect a continuation. However, we know this is resistance up here. We're probably going to have some sort of pullback. I'm not sure how far that pulls back, but probably some sort of pullback. We have there, we have here, we have here. We have a whole bunch of areas that can pull back to. So we just need to see the pullback. Then once the pullback's completed and we get a reversal set up, we go ahead and take the long on it there. Or if it continues up, breaks out, pulls back, we take the long there, okay? MNQ. So we did get the move down, not as far as I thought we would get, but we did get the move down. It happened over here and pushed up and it hit our target. So that was a successful trade. We had it possibly pushing back down, which it did do. So if you did take a short, you made profits on that. Now we got to figure out what's going on with this thing and what it's doing now. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to go out on the 4 hour to do that, okay? So what do we have here? We have, let's just go through what we have here on the 4 hour. We have an inside candle, then we started moving up, pulled back. Well, we moved up, pulled back, then pulled directly right back. We are wedging here is what's happening, okay? So what do I mean by that? Well, I mean that we're tightening up, okay? So we're getting a really tight wedge, okay? It's really building up tight, okay? You see that there. That's building up really tight, and we are looking to break out of that. Now, I'm not really sure if we break top side for a pullback or we break downside to complete the move, okay? We marked out the move yesterday on the daily, so I'll just put that up one more time, but we'll just put the bottom of it in. But this is kind of like the bottom of the move right there. So if we take this and we take this here, something like that, some type of a range going on there. And this right here could act as a break and pullback, which is possibly what we're experiencing now. So what that would mean is that this wedges up and then breaks to the downside. So I'm looking for a downside move on this trade to about right about there, about 27.98, okay? What would change that? Well, if we go down here to the 15 and we take these areas that we just marked up, okay, right here, this one up here, if we break above that, hold, so if we do something like this, if we push out, hold above, pull back, that's our long, okay? And that's where I take the long out. If we don't, meaning this is the break, the pullback down, the pullback again, down, and this pullback fails and we break the bottom of this move right here. I draw in there a little bit, but not perfect, okay? Then we would definitely look at this as a short, and our short's down to here. So that's what we look for. Now, if you want to wait for the break to happen, you do this again. Break, pull back, take your trade right there, and move it down to that target. We have right about there, about 28.04. Upside target, well, you're going to be pulling back 21.505 would be where you take the trade and just up from there. So you could have a pretty good sized target. we'd probably be looking at something like 21,650, eventually up to 21,802 is what you'd be looking for. Okay, so that's what we're looking for the trading to do tomorrow, and those are our views for the upside or the downside. But again, I'm thinking the way things are going with the dollar, gold, everything, it's looking that markets want to roll over one more time and push it down to this level here. And so I'm more apt to be going short on NAS and on gold and long on dollar. Kind of the scenario I'm taking a look at tomorrow. So hope this helps. Again, want to learn this to do for a living, go ahead and get hooked up with this. I'll put the link in the description of this video. Good luck. Hope this helps you in your trading. We'll talk to you later.